To begin, I'll start us off with this quote. Silent, shoulder-shaking sobs. First Grandma, now Janet. How many more people will leave me alone? Mama, Daddy, Mackie too, everyone. They're all gone. The reason why I picked that quote is because it really encompasses how the main character feels throughout most of the book. She feels like everyone has abandoned her and no one is left to take care of her or help her figure out and go through life anymore, which is very sad, but it's an obstacle that the character develops through and learns to face throughout the development of the book. The book I am reading is called Sparrow by Cheryl L. Smith, and it is about Kendall Washington. Her parents and younger brother died in a car crash when she was very young, and she was pretty much raised by her grandmother. But as Kendall is finishing up high school and is in, I believe, the middle of her senior year, her grandmother dies. She dies of a heart attack, and Kendall is left with only one living relative, her Aunt Janet, who, conveniently enough, says she will come to her Kendall's grandmother, her mother's funeral, but doesn't show up. She doesn't answer any of her calls. She will not get in contact with Kendall and has pretty much disappeared off the face of the planet. And so Kendall has to figure out what to do. She needs a legal guardian, and Aunt Janet is the most convenient one, because if she doesn't get Aunt Janet, she will be placed into the foster care system. So she travels, Kendall lives in Chicago, and she travels down to New Orleans to see if she can find her Aunt Janet, which is where she currently resides. Once there, she meets Miss Claire and her daughter Evie. Evie and Kendall don't get along at first, but eventually become friends. They meet another friend, Marcus, and together they search New Orleans for her Aunt Jackie, trying to find her and trying to help Kendall realize that family is not just blood, it is also the people and friends that you meet. Which actually ties with the theme of the story, which is pretty much you make your own family throughout your life. It doesn't have to be blood, it doesn't have to be through marriage, it can simply be the people who will take care of you, who want to take care of you, and who are there for you. And this is pretty evident because her family dies. Her aunt, her blood relative, isn't coming to her aid. She isn't being responsible. And it's the friends that she makes, it's Miss Claire and Evie and Marcus, that are there for her when she's sad and upset and doesn't know what to do, and help her out of a few sticky situations and try to push her on. This was it's a book that's on the shorter side, but it's a very nice, interesting read because it deals with a lot of very real scenarios, things that I believe us as students, high school students that are in the last few years of high school would be able to understand and relate to the struggles of trying to find yourself while also trying to look after yourself in a world where it is your family and friends that you have to rely on. I do recommend this book. It's a lovely read. It's very inspiring, uplifting, and hopefully it makes you feel good inside and inspires you to be closer with the ones that love you and you love.